There's a true skill, Dave, brother Dave.
Let's hear it.
To being able to pick out the right Tupperware container for the amount of food you're putting in it.
Yep.
And I'm not good at it.
Oh, no.
I'm also not good at finding the right lid when I need to.
I see.
Our Tupperware lid drawer is a mess.
Yikes.
It's brutal.
We just had a huge purge like a month ago to where like the warden, she took every bowl that we owned and put it out on the kitchen floor and then opened up or not the kitchen floor. That's disgusting. She put it on the counters and then like pulled the drawer out of the lids and then started matching them. And whatever ones.
How many were mismatched?
Yeah. Whatever ones that we didn't have, they went in the trash. Like the lids. Like if the bowl was fine, because, sometimes you don't need a lid.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, if we had a lid for a bowl that didn't exist, then the lid went to the trash.
I would support if we didn't have Tupperware at all here at the house. It doesn't stack well in the thing, and I feel like I'm the only one that really eats leftovers. Nobody else does, and I just assume, chili, put in sandwich bags. If you got to go to work, that's a good one size. Single serving.
Hey, Dave, what'd you bring? This gallon-sized bag of chili.
That's what I mean. Like there ain't no sense in it.
Transport chili soup to work in a Ziploc bag.
Well, I don't reheat lunch leftovers, Norm. I just eat them in whatever receptacle they're in.
Hey,
so you're sitting at your cubicle holding a sack of chili, eating it.
Hey, Jim, how's that project over there? Dave's got his bag of chili. Oh, looks like you're doing good.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, Dave.
You're a freaking wild man.
It's just more efficient. You just throw it away. You ain't got to have no dirty-ass Tupperware. And I don't like heating it up for the same reasons. You always got to wait on somebody at the microwave or they're waiting on you. It's just real awkward.
So you're taking cold, but you don't eat anymore.
That's fair. This week I've been taking these little one-person salads and like a little $2, salad kit, like a Caesar salad or a
I must be living up high on the hog. If you're
Where do
buying
you get those
individualized
at?
salads?
Aldi's.
Aldi's, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I found them on Walmart, but they're a little pricey out there. But Jenna was buying these things, and
Go
it's
to
like
the poor people grocery store, huh?
it's like a salad kit, but for like a group. But then when you go and you get to work, like I ain't gonna save it, so then you feel like you got to eat the whole thing. So I ate like 2 gallons of lettuce and cabbage or whatever, and it just ain't no good.
31 miles to Deaconess Gateway, by the way. That was bugging me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
That's pretty
good search.
That's
there.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I definitely do not put chili soup in a Ziploc bag to take to work. I usually put it in a bowl of some sort with a locking lid.
Yeah.
And then, do you have any sort of break room area at your at your work?
We got 3 or 4 microwaves in there and a vending machine.
Do you guys have any microwave rules at work?
No, I think it's just general common courtesy.
We
like nobody needs to be in there like nuking their gefilte fish or anything.
Well, that's one of the rules because we have a microwave in our office.
No tuna?
And somebody warmed up tuna melt one time, and I hit the door, and
There's just... That just literally happened today.
And
Daryl, tell your mom to close her pants.
We went to. I've been trying to eat a little healthier myself.
Attaboy.
Because I've got some issues that I need to work on, and obviously, but I was like, I'm gonna have some tuna for breakfast today, or like first break, I'm gonna have tuna. So I went to the dollar store and I bought a couple cans of tuna, and then I put some lemon juice and some Valentina.
Valentina, what's that?
Mexican hot sauce.
Ah.
It's really good. And I eat that with like some saltine crackers or whatever, you know what I mean? Well, then I got a can of sardines because a young fellow that's working with us has said he'd never had them before. So I got 1 can of hot sauce and I got 1 can of in mustard sauce.
There you go.
And I told him, I said, you pick, and we'll eat the next one tomorrow. And he's like, okay, well, let's do the hot sauce ones first. And he put it on, and I had already got my tuna. Well, I put so I have my own bowl and plate at work that I keep there, and fork and spoon and all that stuff. Well, put the tuna in there, make my little deal. I rinse the can out.
Ooh.
Before I put it in the trash, because you can't just raw dog a tuna can in the trash.
Yeah, it's not polite to do that. Bless you.
Excuse me. So then we get that going down, and then I open the sardines up, and he's like, gonna eat this, and he's like, dude, I feel like a seal right now. I feel like I'm eating the same things that like a seal eats.
Now, do you just eat a whole ass sardine?
100%.
Isn't there bones in there?
No, I mean there are bones in them, but they're like par cooked that they're just non-existent.
I think people used to eat sardines more back in the day than what they do now.
100%. Anyway, he gets to the point, and he's like, he goes to the bathroom and comes back out and goes in the break room. He's like, God damn, it smells like a fucking aquarium in here. And I don't know why, but that caught me as odd, because it does. Like, fishy ass break rooms for people eating fishy ass stuff, like Jason Beatles. God love my buddy Jason Beatles. That son of a bitch would bring in salmon patties like 3 times a month, and he'd put them bastards in the microwave and zap them salmon patties, and the whole building would smell like
were they homemade salmon patties?
Yes.
Or like bought out of the can?
Like real homemade salmon patties, yeah, with like crackers and eggs and fried and the whole works. So he'd heat them babies up, and it just stunk to high hell. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So another thing too with the Tupperware is like the stained Tupperware.
Yep, that's tough.
Yeah, like where are you at on that? Like, what do you do?
We should throw out more than what we do. So trying to cleanse ourselves of the plastics in our life, I drink out of a styrofoam cup, but we have some of those pretty ready looking plastic ones that need to go. But we've got a lot of glass. Usually I go to glass.
Pyrex.
And we got the glass ones too, but we eat real butter. And some days I wish we were country crock people, because I can get behind like the sour cream tubs and the cottage cheese tubs and everything.
All right, Grandma.
That's the way to do it. And that's
My grandma washed her Ziplocs out.
My grandma washes Ziplocs out.
The gallon ones.
Not the sandwich ones.
The gallon ones she would pitch.
Yeah, well, after you had chili in them, they get
My grandma would
get out
consolidate ketchup bottles. Yeah, like when you got down to the low and to the point where that ketchup bottle that was in use,
7 years old.
Yeah, and the sumbitch would like it would squeak so hard when you'd get you a pile on your plate for your French fries. Felt like it was just going to break in your hand. You know what I mean? They don't make them like that anymore, guys. They really don't.
The ketchup bottles?
No, like people.
Oh.
Well, now the homemade hot mustard is in reused mayonnaise squirters.
Are we going to get it?
Ranch
Get a
bottles.
fresh batch soon?
I'd say we're probably.
I know the patriarch of that kind of T's and P's.
T's and P's. Yeah, we were just talking about it the other day. I told him I was still good for a little bit, but we probably need it. Now they got all those pork patties.
It was good on those pork patties.
Hell yeah.
That was real good on those pork patties.
I forgot you'd come over. Here, I'm going to let up it a little, what do you call it, inside baseball?
We're going to break down the fourth wall.
I was f***ed up from the floor up on Saturday by the time we made it over there. I've never Irish goodbye at my own party before.
That was wild. I had to go find him. So that was the thing. After we had left, we came up to your house, helped you unload the coolers.
Yeah, thank you, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. Got everything squared away up there. Went back to the house. I think Justine might have went pee or something, and then we ended up coming back out here because God knows we can't not go to David's whenever there's people singing and whatnots.
Yeah.
So we come up here till, the next day, what seemed like. But
I think I went to bed at like 11.
No.
10:30?
No, you didn't get here till probably 10 o'clock.
I'll be goddamn.
Anyway, so he had this whole elaborate plan how he was going to we're going to bring the bacon. The bacons were in white tubs outside on the wood rack.
Yeah, that's where they were when I left.
In the wood rack. And then, when you go in, we're going to bring them in and set them on the concrete floor in the tubs because the slab was still 47 degrees. So we don't want them to freeze solid because then they won't slice worth of shit. And then we got this whole plan. And then everybody's leaving. People are kind of slowly filtering their way out. Of course, we're still here, me and Doug and whoever was still left, singing and ripping and tearing. And then all of a sudden, David just is gone. Where'd he go? Goddamn, he went inside. I thought maybe he had to go take a shit or, wanted to go, do whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
Well, then
yeah.
he never came back. And I went outside to take a piss. Couldn't see him, and I was like, "That son of a bitch!" And I went in the house to take a shit, and then I was like, I looked down the hallway, and I could see the bedroom light was off, and I thought, "That son of a buck," and I poked my head in there, and there he was, just in his skivvies, no blanket, fighter pilot CPAP mask on, and everything, and I was like, "You son of a bitch!" And he's like, "Oh, I'm done."
Well, it's funny you mention that because Thursday night, when we got done recording, Allison hung out, friend of the program, Seth Clem, and new friend of the now that he's been to the lounge, he's been baptized, Mr. Lee Vogler. The karaoke got fired up,
Of course.
and there was some tunes sang. And then Dave kind of sat and mellowed for a little bit, and we were just talking about how good life is.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Well, I think I got to get up and throw up." I said, "Okay, buddy, we'll see you." So you see him just kind of run out the door, comes back 30 seconds later, walks right over, grabs a glizzy, sits down, starts eating the glizzy, gets done with it, pops up, "Well, good night, guys." And then
You don't have to leave, but I'm going in. Oh, okay.
yeah, I was like, "All right,
But
well, see you, Dave."
I've never known. Now, I know several people that are known to do that. Like, I know of list that was of people that have Irish goodbye frequently, like of things.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's a
I think
wild
it's
deal.
situational.
I've only done
Irish
it like
goodbyes
once or
are
twice in my
situational.
life.
It's not bad. I
Yeah,
mean, if there's
it's
a lot
not.
of people around, you just
Yeah.
kind of slip out.
Like
For
everybody's still having fun, but I just realized Saturday night that I
Had enough.
maxed out and I still had shit to do the next day.
sure. Had enough. Had
Yep.
enough.
That's right.